This guy is named Adam Goucher. We're saying your name right, correct?
Yes, because you're American.
Right. Well, what's
What
it
does
supposed to
that
be?
mean? What does that mean?
It means Canadians look at it and think it's French.
What, like Goucher?
Goucher. No,
Wow.
It's like, no, the French lost.
Right. And I guess we have Adam on because he's a cool guy, but also he did some automation stuff. He has continuous deployment, all that stuff. He did a talk today. Tell us about you and what you
And a
talked
tutorial
about.
on Wednesday. Tickets
yes.
still
There you
available.
go.
That's
Fly
right.
over.
Come on
Yeah.
in.
Perfect.
How's that first? Plug for you.
Yeah, exactly. So you're doing automation to continuous delivery, basically, is the
Right.
way I understood it. So
So-
explain it to me.
So, in order to do really good functional automation, you need all the tricks for continuous delivery, such as automated provisioning of machines, automated deployments, controlled through CI. And since we're doing all those things for automation anyways, we might as well just wholesale change how we deploy our software. So we sort of sneak in massive development changes through automation.
But around the back door.
Yeah, the first hit's free.
So from a practical, have you done this before? Is that where this is coming from?
Yeah, this is not just hand-wavy consultant theory.
Okay.
This has actually been done and continues to be done with various people.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, but it takes a while. If you're in Boston or the Silicon Valley, there's the whole cult of the lean startup, and it's all continuous deployment.
Mm-hmm.
But those are usually smaller companies. To try and affect change on this sort of scale that's required in a larger organization, I go into companies and say, okay, here's where we want to be in 18 months. And it's just the people aspect. It's not from a technical perspective. The three of us could sit down in a weekend and implement all the tech for most companies' applications, but convincing the DBA team to let go of their little iron grip on the database, little more challenging.
Mm-hmm. So are the companies generally happy with that time frame?
Yeah, well, depends on the size of the company.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
So, Fortune 100, Fortune 200 companies that have large enterprise concerns, 18 months can be scary. Whereas if you go into a smaller 20 or 30 person company and it's like, oh yeah, well, all the decision makers are sitting at this table. Is this what we want? All right, make it so. And it happens.
Right.
So you had a talk today that that was the lightsabers and time machines.
Yep.
So clearly there weren't actually lightsabers or time machines, or maybe there were. Maybe there were.
Not physical ones, but they were definitely pictured.
Yes.
Oh, you had photos of them.
Yes.
Okay.
They really exist.
So it's an automation talk where we talk about. I don't understand.
I would let him explain it.
Yeah. So how does that work?
So it's a series of heuristics, patterns, whatever you want to call them, and anti-heuristics, because I'm just renaming things to suit my goals. Around automation that I've seen over 13 years of doing this or whatever. And so for lightsabers, it's all about building your own tool set that's going to meet your application's specific needs, not a generic closed source commercial system that solves a whole category of needs that you have to then tailor your application to support its feature set. So in Star Wars geek canon, the little Padawans have to go on a quest with their master to whatever planet to harvest the gems, which are gonna build out their lightsaber, and it's attuned to their relationship with the Force. I've thought about this way too hard.
I wasn't going to say it.
It's all over your face. And so, it's a fun way of, saying that. And same with time machines. You need a time machine to be able to accurately measure the ROI of your automation, because for every action that you take or don't take as a result of your automation, then you have to, time machine yourself in the future X number of years and see how much money you made or lost from that decision. But then we get into the time travel madness, and it's like, well, I made this decision and there was a fork, but then I made this other decision based upon this previous decision, and now we've got, instead of 2 paths, we've got 4 paths, and then it exponentially goes crazy. And then we throw in the twist of, if you've got a time machine, your competition probably also has a time machine, so they're going to make decisions upon viewing your decisions in the future, and so you have to view their decisions based upon the decisions they made from viewing you, and things just get crazy, and you end up in a Doctor Who episode.
Which is not all bad.
No, there are worse things than being in a Doctor Who episode.
Right.
I don't know, I've seen some pretty scary
BBC.
ones.
Yeah.
The world's going to end in 30 seconds unless,
Right.
something crazy happens.
It always comes out well, though.
Until it doesn't.
Well, but then that's like the cliffhanger until the next season, which sometimes it takes like 2 years for the next season to
But
happen.
keep in mind, he only has 13 regenerations, 1 for each hour of the clock, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
see, it's not infinite regenerations, right? He's the Time Lord.
Right.
So he gets a
Right.
regeneration per hour of a number on the face of a clock. So at the end, he dies.
Right.
So what happens then?
Right. So basically, we're saying you need to make correct automation decisions, or else you only get 13 of them.
You get
Is that-
13.
Yeah, 13 lives. Done.
That's it. You get 13 tries at it, and then you're done.
There's no Konami supercode that you can throw in.
Love it. What else do we have for him?
Shoot. You told us about your talk.
Any tricks or techniques that you can share? Quick tricks? Anything? Nothing?
Any context? I'm allowed to use this word.
Can you give me some
I'm allowed to
consulting for
overuse.
free?
Yeah, some free consulting would be great.
Haven't I already given you guys free consulting?
A little. Well,
The wrong kind. All right, well, we'll let you go and get back to the testing competition, and thank you for joining us.
All right.
absolutely. Thank you.
All right.